Well, you know, John, everybody knows the label Calvin Klein. They see it on their jeans, perfume, underwear. But what we don't know is that Calvin Klein is a very shy guy. He's a tough businessman and incredibly inventive when it comes to creating commercials that are controversial. In this interview, Klein talks about some of his commercials that offend the feminists.
It's never just another collection. I mean, one gets very nervous. It's never a cinch. Every designer that I know, goes through that anxiety, period before a collection.
Did you know before this most recent collection that you had a hit on your hands?
I don't think anyone really is that secure. I think I felt really good about the clothes, and that's all I really care about.
Now, you're not only a designer. According to 20 years worth of press, you're a marketing genius. I have a quote. I don't hard sell anything. My attitude is, if you want to sell jeans, don't talk about them.
I think what I was getting at was is that you want to convey an image about what we stand for, whether it's fragrance, whether it's clothing, whether it's accessories, whatever it is. At the same time, what you want to do is create excitement. You want people to notice your ads, your print ads, or your commercials.
I dread to think what became of her. That haunting, exquisite creature. A note of music. Save me. A thoughtless word from any one of us. A disturbance of the air could start an earthquake in her. No one could protect her, dearest, from the passion she inspired. How could so much love do so much damage? Between love and madness lies obsession.
There's a smile on your face, Glenn. Did I lead you into something that
you're lying in bed at night, and the TV comes on, and you hear...
The TV doesn't work in bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Between love and madness lies Calvin Klein's obsession. Do you sort of get a hoot out of that? Do you giggle? I mean, do you know what it means?
Yes. Are you kidding? I mean, I approve of all of this. We sit and we work on all of these lines, and I think it's very interesting because you're not talking about the visuals. You're always talking about the words, and I think people remember the words in commercials.
Members of the jury, the accused stands before you on trial for his sins.
Forgive me. I loved you all.
Liar, you only love your dreams.
Dreams are where a man invents himself. Is that a sin?
In your obsession ad for print, we see two naked women sort of wound around one another a little bit, and there seems to be a naked man sort of in the picture as well. Is it to shock?
No. It's not to shock, but it's certainly to be noticed. I mean, what the hell is the point in advertising in a magazine if there are 700 pages and someone's just going to flip through it and not see it? I mean, we want it to be noticed, and I want to do something that sometimes is provocative, and sometimes I'm a bad boy and I take chances, and sometimes I get caught on it.
The hardcore feminists say, and you know this, that the ads masquerade as soft porn.
Well, Glenn, you can't please everyone. I mean, I accept the criticism, and again, I say the intention is not to create pornography. The intention is to create something that's very beautiful.
But why then do you suppose those feminists are so upset? For instance, in the TV ad for Obsession, there's a 15-year-old teenager who's in love with an older woman.
She loved me, and she's gone. Did I invent her? The secrets in her twilight eyes, the whispers at my bedside, her arms, her mouth saved me. But how? Her amber hair and all the smell of it.
Every young boy has been in love with a school teacher or someone that they've been attracted to or someone that they've fantasized about. I don't see anything terribly wrong, and we didn't have a problem with that anyway.
Calvin, you've had the chance to meet many famous, beautiful, wonderful women. One of them I know who you met last year and who you presented the Lifetime Achievement Award in Fashion to was Miss Katharine Hepburn.
I think the reason that the Council of Fashion Designers asked me to present this award to her for Lifetime Achievement in style was because I've been so inspired by her attitude, her sense of style, the way she's projected herself on screen and in real life.
But off screen, wait a minute. This woman wears ripped pants that are 35 years old, and I know that you had tea with her one day, and apparently
little things here and there were ripped. Tell me...
She has the best tailored clothes that you can imagine. I mean, you know, she loves the idea that they're ripped. I mean, so would anyone, you know, with a lot of style, with like a rip here and there. Everything is very well thought out and calculated and studied. Woman knows exactly the way she should look.
Now, you're sitting on top of a mountain that's about $1 billion high or more. What does the money mean?
I don't think the money means a hell of a lot. I mean, it's afforded me certain luxuries, but those luxuries become necessities if you live the way I do. It's not about money. I mean, everything that I've done in my life is not to earn money. It's to be proud of what I'm doing. It's to enjoy what I'm doing. It's to create something that's exciting or something that I'm going to have fun with, and I want it to pay off.
Now, I could be wrong, but you look like a happy guy.
You're not wrong. I'm a very happy guy.
Is that a Calvin Klein tie you got on there?
I'm not going to say.
What about tomorrow?
He does look happy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Tomorrow he tells some incredible stories about his early years when he wasn't happy and when he was earning $55 a week instead of $1 billion a year. And he also talks about his new wife, Kelly Klein.
Okay, tomorrow. Thanks, Glenn. Glenn Plaskin is back with us this morning with more of his exclusive interview with American designer Calvin Klein. Morning again, and welcome back, Glenn.
Hi, John. Nice tie.
Thank you. Nice.
Today we're going to talk about Calvin Klein before he was a big success. When he was 25, he considered quitting fashion and going into the supermarket business. He'll tell us why he didn't. And on a more personal note, he talks publicly for the first time and very touchingly about his new wife, Kelly, whom he married last September in Rome.
But in the next week, we'll be planning. But it's all of this. I mean, look at New York. I mean, that's...
The view from the rooftop of Calvin Klein's $3 million penthouse can't be beat, and one can begin to understand the kind of success he's enjoyed.
That's Tavern on the Green over there.
You can parachute into that, right? Although happily married and rich now, in his early years, he was broke and unhappy.
When I came out of school, I was, and I say this modestly, I mean, I was the best in my class, and I got the worst job.
How much a week?
I think it was about $55 a week. And I asked the man who I was working for a raise, and I told him I wanted a $25 raise, and he said to me, no, and I said, well, I quit.
What about those lilac suits that you made that had fox collars and fox down the lapels?
I worked for a man, that was my second job, after school, who used to make clothes for hookers. And I designed suits and coats for hookers. And one day I'll never forget, for the first time I had seen someone come up and wear one of these suits that we made, and she had a yellow handbag, yellow shoes, and a yellow hat to match. And then I quit that job.
At one point, not long after that, you were almost going to quit everything. You were going to go into the supermarket business.
My partner, Barry Schwartz, and my closest friend, offered me, an arrangement, a partnership in his family business. I was, as everyone is at one time or another in their lives, I was at a very frustrated point. And I just didn't know where I was going, and it wasn't happening the way I had hoped. And I knew that my father would say, take this, because this meant security. And instead, my father said, he says, I don't think you'll be able to live with yourself if you don't give yourself the opportunity to really see and give it enough time to really see if you can achieve what you've studied all of these years for. And I was, that did it for me. I mean, he did it. It was his advice. And ironically, Barry became my business partner in...
and the rest is history.
Minor history.
You're at sort of a crossroads, it seems, in your life. You've got the most successful collection of your career. Your image has never been rosier. And if you look at this month's issue of Vanity Fair magazine, there is a very beautiful woman on your arm.
Do you have a question?
Well, I have a quote.
I mean, I would agree with you, but...
I have a quote.
Yes.
This relationship has totally changed my life. We're talking about your new wife, Kelly Rector. What did you mean by that?
Well, I think when someone gets married, when someone makes a commitment, and I believe with all of my provocative advertising and my short hemlines, I'm very old-fashioned. There's a very old-fashioned side of me, too. I mean, I believe in commitment and I believe in marriage. And we are very happy. We have a wonderful relationship. We're partners in experiencing a whole new life that couldn't be more thrilling.
Kelly is a designer. She works in your studio. And how did this love begin? I mean, there are all kinds of beautiful women walking in and out of that place.
I get close to everyone that I work with, and I used to get very jealous when she would talk about who she went out with the night before, and I would say, well, I think this one's not good for you, and I think that one's a bad influence, and I'd say definitely keep away from that one, and you know, and then it just sort of developed, and I think I think a good relationship does take a long time. We talk about everything. We discuss everything. We discuss our ads. We discuss photography. We discuss clothes. I think Vanity Fair said it very well, partners in style.
But let's not get confused. This is not going to become the Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet of fashion, is it?
I certainly hope not.
The best gift you've given her?
Well, there's a very special gift that I've just given her, yes, as a matter of fact, which I think is very beautiful. It's something that some of the Duchess of Windsor's jewelry. They're the pearls, and something that the Duchess made famous, the black and white pearl earrings, and the choker necklaces, and the pendant, and she hasn't worn them yet. I think they're really perfect. I mean, it's very beautiful, and I love seeing them on her.
You love your wife.
Very much.
Calvin Klein, interesting man.